Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to troubleshoot the source of account lockouts in Active Directory. My name is Jasmine and this channel is all about showing you how to become a highly paid cybersecurity, ethical hacking, or cloud pro fast. Before we jump in for troubleshooting account lockout, let's have a brief explanation of what is account lockout. What might be the potential causes for it? An account locked issue in Windows Server occurs when a user account is prevented from logging in due to exceeding a certain number of failed login attempts. This security feature helps protect your server from unauthorized access. The most common reason is someone, authorized user or unauthorized attacker, entering the wrong username or password multiple times. Windows Server administrators can configure account lockout policies that define the threshold for failed attempts before an account gets locked. For illustration here, if I attempt to log in with the wrong passwords 3 times, you will see that my account is locked up. Now let's see the group policy in which these account lockout settings are. For that, I have logged into my administrator account. Here in the Server Manager, go under the Tools drop-down menu and click on Group Policy Management. Here, as you can see, there is a default domain policy. The account lockout policy or settings are in this default domain policy. So next click on Edit from Default Domain Policy drop-down menu. Next go to Policies under Computer Configuration. Now go to Windows Settings and then expand the Account Policies settings. Here you will find the various account settings, one of which is the Account Lockout policy. Click on the Account Lockout policy. Now there are 3 settings that you can do in the account lockout policy. The account lockout duration setting determines how long a user account remains locked after reaching the specified threshold of failed login attempts. In this case, if an account is locked due to too many incorrect passwords, it will automatically unlock after 30 minutes. The account lockout threshold is the number of consecutive failed login attempts that will trigger an account lockout. Setting it to 5 means that if someone enters the wrong password 5 times in a row, the account will be locked, preventing further login attempts. The Reset Account Lockout Counter After is a setting that controls the period after which the count of failed login attempts is reset to 0. If set to 10 minutes, it means that if there are no additional failed login attempts within 10 minutes, the failed attempt counter is reset, and it would take another 5 consecutive failed attempts to lock the account again. The policies are not configured by default, so you have to set them as per your needs manually. Now, if your account is locked out, wait for the threshold that is set in the account lockout policy, and then try again to log in. To check if the Active Directory account is locked out, you can use Active Directory users and computers, or you can use PowerShell. Here, first, I am using PowerShell, which I have launched with administrator rights from my Windows Start menu. Now here in PowerShell, I am using the get AD user username, properties name, locked out, last logon timestamp command. It will show me if the account is locked out or not. Here you can see that the user Tina's account is locked out. Now we can get the same information from the Active Directory users and computers. Launch it from the Start menu or from the Tools menu in the Server Manager. Next, enable the advanced features from the View menu and then expand the organizational unit in which the user is placed. Now go to the properties of the user and then from there click on Attribute Editor. Here you can see the time for wrong password attempt. Further, you can see the last log on time as well. To unlock the account, go to the Account tab in User Properties. Here you will see the account username and its account settings. You can see an option for unlocking the account which you can check to unlock the account immediately without waiting for threshold time. But remember that you can only do it from the administrator account. Another way to unlock the locked account is to use PowerShell with admin privileges. Here you can see that Tina's account is locked out. So to unlock it, I just type in the get AD user identity tina.miller unlock AD account command. This will unlock the account immediately, which you can verify in the next command. However, to carry out these solutions, you need to have an admin account that has permission to alter these settings. Now let's say the user account is locked and there is no obvious reason for it, like the user hasn't tried to log in or hasn't entered the wrong password. In that case, you can enable the audit policies to see all the details of the user accounts. So, to enable the audit policy for your domain controller, launch the Group Policy Management console from the Server Manager. Next, expand the domain controller's directory and then open the domain controller policy editor by clicking on the Edit option in its right-click menu. Here, now expand the policy section under the computer configuration. Next, go to the security settings under the Windows settings. After that, go to Advanced Audit Policy Configuration option. Here, under the audit policy, you will see there are several settings that you can enable. First, click on the Log On or Log Off option. Here you will see further subcategories of this policy. Under here, enable the Audit Account Lockout settings by allowing the configuration audit settings for both success and failure events. Do the same for the Log On and Log Off as well. The next thing I am going to do is to go to the Account Management option. Here, enable the Audit User Account Management for both success and failure events. Now to apply the changes you need to update the group policy. For that, launch the PowerShell with admin rights and execute the GP update /force command. Further, you can also execute this command in the command prompt. To recognize the account being locked out, you must know which server it is using. To check it, launch the command prompt with admin rights and then execute the set command. Here, you will see Log On Server Name. This tells which server is used by the respective user. This will help you identify which user has an account locked out. In case there are multiple user accounts. Now, if I intentionally lock a user account due to multiple wrong password attempts, then to see the account locked out event, I will go to the Event Viewer and in there click on the Security option on the window logs. Here you can see that under the User Account Management category, there is an audit report. If I open the report, you can see that it says a user account was locked. Next, it contains all the information on the user whose account was locked along with its IP address and DNS name. Now we have set the group policy to catch the lockout events. Another thing that we can do is to see the processes that are the cause of this account lockout. For that, again, we need to go to the local group policy. You can open it up by executing gp-edit.msc command in Runbox. Now, under the computer configuration, go to Windows Settings, and then in the security settings, go to the local policy option. After that, click on Audit Policy. Here, you will have several policy settings. Click on the option for Audit Process Tracking and enable it for success and failure events. Next, do the same in case of log-on events for both success and failure. Once you are done updating the group policy, now to test, try locking your account and then see the audit report, in which you will see that there will be a process report due to which the respective account was locked. Now to apply the changes you need to update the group policy. For that, launch the PowerShell with admin rights and execute the GP update /force command. Further, you can also execute this command in the command prompt. Now, if I intentionally lock a user account due to multiple wrong password attempts to see if I can get the process name. Once the account is locked out, log into your admin account. Open the Event Viewer and go to the Security option under the Windows Log option. Now here, look for events having the category of Account Lockout. Here you can see that we have an event of Account Locked Out. Now when I click on it, its details will be shown in the Below tab. Now as I scroll down, you can see there is a detail named Caller Process Names. Under this detail, you will see the process name that caused this event. So this is how you can troubleshoot account lockout in the Active Directory. That's it for today's video. I have explained how to troubleshoot the source of account lockouts in Active Directory. Let me know in the comments about this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. Check out the video on the right for more content to help you develop your IT career.